Hey, what up, guys? Coming to you with another What's Next. This is going to be on my number 3, my number 4 super middleweight in the world right now. No, we already did super middleweight. I'm off right now. My number 4 light heavyweight in the world. That's 175 pounds. He is the undefeated WBA super champion, Dmitry Bivol. Right now, Bivol hasn't fought since, I believe it was, I want to say he fought in October of last year when he took on a little-known veteran and walked away with a one-sided 12-round unanimous decision. I believe that was his 5th defense of the world title, or 6th. And, he really, as usual, is being avoided by most of the top fighters at 175. He fights for Matchroom. There was talks about him and Gilberto Ramirez fighting for the light heavyweight title, but Ramirez seems to still have the contract with Top Rank, and it doesn't look like that fight is likely to be made, so I'm not seeing that one. The other option there was talks of a unification bout with Artur Beterbiev that Beterbiev wanted to take place in the summer. Well, with the coronavirus pandemic, it looks like Beterbiev is going to have to make his mandatory against Meng Fanlong now during the summer, and then I'm hoping we see that fight later in the year. But let's hopefully Bivol is going to fight before that. So let's take a look. Let's run through the top 10. Let's take a look at what's next for the undefeated WBA light heavyweight super champion Dmitry Bivol. We start with number 1, the unified champion Artur Beterbiev. Well, yeah, Beterbiev wants to fight him. It's just not going to happen next. I don't believe Bivol should wait around. I think he should get a tune-up bout in so he could be prepared for 12 hard rounds with Beterbiev, possibly later in the year, beginning of 2021. So, I don't think this fight's not going to happen next. Not in my opinion. Not for Bivol. I don't think he waits around for this to be his next fight till the end of the year because it's not guaranteed. So, yeah, I don't see it. Number 2 is former 3-time champion Sergey Kovalev. Yeah, not seeing this fight either. Bivol is too much of a risk. Kovalev wants to move up to, he says he wants to move up to cruiserweight, and take over that, possibly take over that division. But Bivol, if he were to stay at 175, it would have to be a decent sized money fight. And I just don't see, this being that kind of fight for him. Plus, Bivol is a very good boxer that puts his hands together quite well, and I just don't see Kovalev taking a chance on him. Number 3 is former champion Eliter Alvarez. Not seeing this one either. No, it's not going to happen. Alvarez is competing in the 4-man box-off to determine the next WBO champion. That's the belt that Canelo gave up after he beat Kovalev last year. So, Alvarez is already signed up in that. He's facing Joe Smith Jr. next. In the semifinals, so no chance this happens. He's number 3. Number 4 is Bivol. Number 5 is former WBC champion Alexander Volcik. Volcik, he fights for Top Rank. I don't think he'd want to take a risk coming back in his next fight after being knocked out last year by Beterbiev. I don't think he wants to take a risk, cross the street, and face Bivol next. I think he'd probably prefer going into a WBC title eliminator. That'd be easier for him, so I don't see this one happening next. Number 6 is Jean Pascal, a rematch with the WBA regular champion, Jean Pascal. It's not to say Pascal wouldn't be into this fight. He just has better options with the PBC that he could take, so I don't see him taking a risk and facing Bivol next. Because he's already been there. He got his ass whipped in 2018, 12 one-sided rounds. He'd have to want to take the fight, and I just think he has better options, so I don't see it happening next. Number 7 is Marcus Brown. Wouldn't completely rule it out if Brown really wanted to take the chance, but I don't think he does. I think next Brown's going to want to just stay busy, and then after that, hopefully he can face the winner of Pascal and Badu Jack, because that looks like they're going to fight in a rematch. Number 8 is Badu Jack, the former 2-division champ. Badu Jack didn't want the fight before. He definitely doesn't want it now. He has a bigger option in terms of money and staying on the same network to face off against what's his name, Jean Pascal in a rematch, so he's not going to consider this. Number 9 is Gilberto Ramirez, a former super middleweight champion. He's in a contract dispute. I wouldn't be shocked if he settled the dispute with and was able to move on and fight for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. I wouldn't be surprised if he went after Bivol, but I'm thinking it's less likely because it's going to be a while out of the ring. Even if he walks away from that contract clean and can sign with Matchroom, it's going to be a while, so they probably would take interim fights first, so I don't see it. And then finally at number 10 would be a rematch with former world title challenger Joe Smith Jr. They fought last year in 2019 in March, and Bivol pretty much whipped his ass for 12 rounds. You know, he got hit hard in the 10th. That was the only thing Joe Smith really did, as Bivol really beat him down. If that fight would have went a little longer, he probably would have stopped him. So yeah, I'm not thinking that these guys would rematch. You know, and then plus Joe Smith is looking at a semifinal bout in the 4-man box out to determine the next WBO light heavyweight champion. He's looking at that next, so I'm not seeing this one. So that's it for the top 10 for Dmitry Bivol. Now, what do I think Bivol's going to do next? I really think it's going to be just probably a stay busy fight ahead of what he's hoping is going to be a bigger fight after that. Either Gilberto Ramirez, if Ramirez can sign with Matchroom, or with Artur Beterbiev in a unification bout. So hopefully that's what happens. That's the what's next on my number 4 light heavyweight in the world, the WBA super champion Dmitry Bivol. Hope you enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.